on when he retires or if he ends up leaving, they are
They don't have
so
any direction anymore
Yeah.
at all.
Honestly, at this point, like, let him go. If I'm Barca, like, just
Yeah.
restart, dude. Like, have a couple shit seasons, people get mad, bring some young players in, just
But that's the thing,
rebuild.
they have a ton of good young players, but they, for some reason,
Fati.
you know what it is? You know what it is? Messi doesn't want to play with them. He wants to play with his friends, and that's how
Busquets and the players you've been playing with forever.
Yes, that's how it's been,
know?
and he's gotten that for years. And then he goes and blames the president for not buying in players. He brought in
Everyone.
Griezmann, and you didn't want him, and you
Dembele.
didn't want to play with him. He brought in Dembele when you wanted a winger because you got rid of Neymar, and you didn't want him. So and he didn't play because of you. Now he's been injured as well,
I
but
believe he tried for Vidal also.
yeah, and then Vidal got fucked out.
Vidal's a
and then-
fucking idiot.
So
Vidal can fuck off, dude.
yeah, but I think, and then Real Madrid, they don't have this. I think most.
Hazard was like kind of, if Hazard had come in and played well,
Yeah.
like not great, not amazing, just like score like 23 goals, like all comps.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying like that's a lot of, that's not
I
a
mean,
lot, not that much
do you know-
for who you're
Do
playing.
you know the best season Hazard has ever had? Marcus Rashford equaled it last year in the Premier League. So
But Rashford,
I'm not saying- I'm not saying- I'm
on
not saying-
paper.
yeah, I'm
You
not
can't
saying
look at
that.
Hazard was
Yeah.
like the best player in the Prem
Yeah,
for
yeah,
2-3 seasons.
I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying all these Chelsea fans saying Hazard always produced, but like technically on paper he didn't. Technically.
Yeah, but he was wrong.
But yeah.
that's another argument.
But yeah, but the thing about Hazard is once he signed that contract with Real Madrid, he got lazy and he came in overweight last year. Clearly, remember those pictures of him?
Yeah.
The fucking beer belly, and apparently he came back again this year overweight as well. So, like, I think that doesn't help at all. And then when you're Real Madrid and your best player and your top scorer is your center back, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So I think, like you were saying, all the glamour from the Spanish league is gone because no other Spanish team comes in for you because I saw that, like in England, every team gets fair TV rights, right? Like it's split down the middle 20 ways, so everyone gets the same amount of money. In Spain, with the Spanish league, Barcelona and Real Madrid get 25% of the TV earnings,
God damn.
and then all the rest of the teams get the 50% split between them.
And you wonder why those are the only two teams in Spain for
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
You couldn't have a Wolves.
No.
You couldn't have
Never.
a Sheffield. You couldn't have.
If you do, you're lucky. And the only reason why Atletico do that is because basically when Real have overbooked their academy, all those players that are already in Madrid just go over to Atletico.
Mm-hmm.
So like Koke, Saul, the guy who was on, is it not Valverde? Who's the guy who scored against Liverpool in Champions League?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
In which game?
at Liverpool last year, he got 2 goals. He got 2 goals and then Morata scored. Can't remember.
Is this at Atletico?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it Saul?
No,
it was
Saul
a
did
kid.
go off.
he was a center attacking mid. Let me look it up. But they were all and that guy who scored for
Llorente, wasn't it?
Llorente.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
who it is. He started for Real.
Shit, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he
He
started
was
for
starting as a
Real.
holding mid.
Yeah,
And then,
and then he got moved over, and then he moved over to Atletico. So
Gladly, man.
Yeah.
I'll take a starting number 10 role.
so, like, that's the only reason why Atletico are able to do well is because they just get Real's not necessarily junk, but they're lesser players that they don't really want. And then, but yeah, the Premier League is definitely, if you're a young player, that's where you got to go. I mean, if you think about it, all the great players from the past 10 years, other than Messi and I guess Mbappe and Neymar, have all started in the Premier League.
For the most, there's an appeal to the lesser teams as well. Like you see like Kenny Tete coming from one of the top teams in France going to Fulham,
Yeah,
a newly promoted team. Like it doesn't matter where you are in the Prem, you have some kind of pull to other
Yeah.
leagues out of the top 5.
yeah,
I mean, to a stupid degree too, because like I mean, I keep going on about Sheffield, but like Burge is one of the top defensive mid prospects in the world
Yeah.
at the time, and then the players Wolves are bringing in lately, which is absurd because they're top Portuguese prospects, most of them.
yeah.
Just the pull across the board is ridiculous
Yeah.
that the Prem has.
Yeah. And then, like, if you look at who Juventus have been getting the past few years, I mean, yeah, they got De Ligt, but now they brought in Ronaldo, and then everyone else they've been bringing in on a free, which is what Juventus do, which is good for them. But they're all old players. Yeah, they're all old. The only one that they brought in was Rabiot, who apparently has a giant attitude problem. So like, if you want to deal with that, then
I wanted him pretty bad from PSG because he was only with Arsenal, and I mean he was kind of what we needed in the midfield. But I don't want an attitude issue.
But you got Guendouzi anyway.
I don't know. Guendouzi's good, but like
I've seen glimpses of
loan that dude out, man. He's not.
He's done. He's never playing for Arsenal again.
Oh no, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
After that thing with Mape or whatever, apparently like him and Arteta really butted heads. I don't know what he wants to say to the manager. But
I think Arteta was like, you shouldn't have done that, and then I guess they got into a fight, and then Arteta was like, well, see.
I mean, he's like one of those fucking no bullshit managers. You can tell, dude. And I love that. And I don't. It's like if you're like Ozil, like him and Ozil played together, like. They probably have like a personal like relationship, but he was like, dude, I don't fucking like your attitude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna have it. Like
it's gotta be hard playing for your teammate though.
Oh,
to a degree, do you know what I mean?
He probably expects more from you.
Years.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Especially because of when they played together, what Ozil was doing at that point was just crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he came in,
when
he was at Madrid, dude. Oh my god.
The whole team.
It also helped that he had like Ronaldo and
Benzema in his prime.
Yeah, like.
But like either way, I mean, he was just the highlight reel from that whatever. It wasn't even it was like 2011, 12.
Yeah, that was insane.
It was the year that they had those dark green wind jerseys when he went the fuck off. I remember that.
He was crazy, and he had that fucking ugly ass slick back haircut.
Yeah, with the hairband.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Not a good looking guy, but
he's got those bug eyes. But yeah.
I just hope we can get. I mean, he's gonna go off the. We're gonna sell him, or just wait till his contract expires. I'm not sure.
Probably most likely contract expires.
Because we were thinking.
No.
Feyenoord, like the Turkish teams really want him because he's.
Yeah.
He's
Turkish.
That's why he got expelled from the German national team.
He'd never go to Bayern.
He was like the racist. Which I mean, I all for that.
I mean, if you look at the German team, like apparently,
they wouldn't play Sane because he was black. That's what I heard.
You know the World Cup that they won the World Cup and then they had that Euros and then the last World Cup like they just did awful and I think they lost to Mexico in that one. Apparently, over the years it had gotten more and more like it was like Müller, Schweinsteiger, Neuer, all those guys. Yeah, all those guys were one group, and then it was like Boateng, Gundogan, Ozil, Sane. Like that was another group.
Really?
They were always fighting, but for some reason they were fined for those two tournaments that they won.
Mm-hmm.
But now the fact that like Gnabry is on Munich, and now that Sane is there, that they're kind of getting
blended.
Yeah, but I think that's because why else would you buy those two guys
black
to integrate them into the with the
national team?
Yeah, like
or just Bayern in general.
Because the I think it's the president of Bayern. Basically, when Ozil said he's retiring because they were being racist towards the guys who weren't like fully German nationals who just played for German national team because
they were the best fucking raw.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Germany were on their knees asking for them to play for them. He was like, I'm retiring because they're being assholes now, kind of being. I don't know if it was racist, but yeah, they weren't treating those players the same as the true German nationals. And then the president of Munich was like, well, good, fuck him. Ozil has been good since whatever year, so if he doesn't want to play for Germany, then...
And that's not anywhere for your say. Like, you were not the German national coach.
Yeah.
He might
You're the Bayern Munich head coach.
He might as well
No. President. Yeah.
I mean, what? That's not even... Don't...
Yeah.
You want to look like an asshole?
He shouldn't.
I mean, his statements... I'm not saying his statement's untrue. I mean, Ozil hasn't been good in a very long time. And if Ozil wants to quit, then okay. You know, we can deal with that loss as a German national
But now
team.
you're kind of just proving Ozil's point that you're kind of a dickhead.
Dual nationality being a deciding factor isn't really the... I mean, if you're trying to win trophies, I wouldn't worry about what other country he's from.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'd take Alphonso Davies any day of the week, son.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so upset that he went to Canada instead of coming here. Imagine the U.S. team that we would have. We'd have Dest,
whatever.
who also... Who's he getting bought by?
Either Bayern or Barca.
Yeah,
it's
big
one of
club,
those two.
big boy club.
I think it is. I think it is Bayern.
Okay.
It's Bayern. But imagine having we have the kid who's already at Bayern, who's from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Davies is from Birmingham.
Not Alfonso.
No.
Oh, who are you talking about?
No, Chris Richards or something.
Yeah, something. He made an appearance last year for Bayern when they already won the title. He's from Birmingham though. He grew. I don't know him, but some people I know know of him. And then so there's him playing for Bayern. Then you'd have Dest playing at Ajax, who now is going to be going to Bayern. If Davies was American or dual American, then you'd have him as your left back, and then you have the kid who plays for Leipzig.
You have McKinney. You have that kid.
Adams, McKinney,
and then you have the Dortmund fucking wonder kid, Reyna, and then Pulisic,
and then you have Timothy Way, who
Sargent.
Like
Stefan from City.
Yeah, dude, like that's it.
He's the backup.
Even without Davies, like we still have a fucking good team. But if we had Davies, that
would just be
so
the icing on the
good,
cake.
Dude.
I mean, I'm not saying we're there. We're far from being there. But potentially. But we could be there.
If
there's a lot of good youth here in the States also too, coming up through the clubs here.
If when the U.S. parted ways with Jurgen Klinsmann, I was like, that just set the U.S. back another 10 years because he was doing stuff that no U.S. manager has ever thought to do. Like, they didn't make the goal
qualifiers. We were getting bucked.
Yeah,
we were getting bucked. Group for the qualifiers.
He carried an old squad too. We had Beckin. It was the dude who had the dread.
Beckenbauer. Not Beckenbauer. Fucking Beckenbauer.
Dude who had the dread.
His last name was Beckham.
No, right? It was close. It was close. Beckerman, that's it.
It's 35 starting the entire tournament that he played. And he wasn't the only one either.
And Bradley.
Jones, that Jones dude who scored the fucking banger in the 20...
Yeah, against Portugal. Yeah. He couldn't speak English. He only spoke German.
Klinsmann?
No, that guy.
He was a U.S. national?
He was a dual citizen, in quotations.
He wasn't going to play for Germany. That's what that means.
Exactly, yeah. But I think, you can say that Klinsmann was made
more
a
like a U.S. air base. Kind of thing.
I think that's exactly what it was. Honestly, I think that's exactly what it was. But you can say that Klinsmann, he was only playing these old men. But look at all the players that he had coming, and I'm sure with all them being in Germany coming up through those academies, I'm sure he knew that they were coming, but they were just too young to be able to play for a fucking national team. You know what I mean?
Ahead, yeah.
Yeah. Which now in hindsight, everyone is now saying that Klinsmann probably shouldn't have gone, but it's like United fans being too short-sighted. Like, we're not going to get to this World Cup, or we're not going to get to this thing.
Yeah.
But look at the entire game plan and look at these guys that you have coming up who are all going to be world-class.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
DC United coach wasn't the right move.
No, fuck no.
Was that Philadelphia?
No, it was
guy too.
No, it was the guy who was
Crew.
No, LA Galaxy was the first guy. Bruce Arenas, I think was his name. He was the first guy, and then they brought in all these other MLS coaches. Okay, MLS.
Columbus Crew.
MLS is on. I'd say if you were to compare them to any other league in the world, it's probably on par with the English League One. I don't think
the Championship.
I wouldn't give them that much credit.
Even below Championship.
Dude, I'd say League Two, and I'm being kind. If you watch the MLS, it hurts.
Schweinsteiger, when he came over, he said that they would make a game plan and focus on it for the entire week. They would start off with the defense to make sure the defense is solid from Monday to Tuesday. Then they go to the midfield, and then on the Friday they do the walkthrough, and then they let the strikers go do striking practice while the defenders kind of defend them. Right. Then he said the second the game would start, the whole game plan would go out the window. No one would know.
Over the top balls for 90 minutes. Yeah. That's all MLS is.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Dude, it's just because of the way American sport, they have a draft. It's like the mental...
No relegation or promotion.
No relegation or
promotion. A playoff system down to 12 teams.
It's American sports. It's the cancer that is American sports, which works for other sports. Football. We have the best football program. Yeah, basketball. But you can't implement that into soccer.
No.
Whatsoever.
Especially the way soccer's played everywhere else. It's all... And the thing is, there's the MLS, and then there's the USL, which, the national team that was in the USL last year is an MLS team now, and then there's another team that's got promoted, so they could be even. But yeah, there's
the franchise instead of like a tiered system with clubs, which it should be because